tear gas was fired at anti-government protesters. And we can cross live to Hong Kong now and speak to Tom Grundy, who's editor-in-chief and founder of Hong Kong Free Press. It's a non-profit independent news outlet. Tom, thanks very much for being with us. What is the latest on those protests?
Well, I'm just hearing some shouting now as police seem to be sweeping into the Causeway Bay shopping district. It's been a full day, about 4 or 5 hours of cat and mouse chases throughout what is usually a very busy district of Hong Kong. Police have fired tear gas, pepper spray, they've deployed the water cannon, and protesters, you can see behind me, have been making makeshift barricades, some of them gathered still here. But it seems the police tactic is to try and split everybody into smaller groups and prevent them from marching on to Causeway Bay. This originally was meant to be a protest about the national anthem law, which could see people jailed for mocking the national anthem. But it seems it's very quickly evolved into dissent over the upcoming national security law, with people chanting independence for Hong Kong and revolution now, phrases that may very well become illegal in just a few months' time.
Just give us an idea then why people are so angry there about this proposed new security law.
Well, 17 years ago, 500,000 people hit the streets after Hong Kong tried to enlist its own national security law through Article 23 of the Basic Law. This time, there will be no local consultation. It will not go through the legislature. And within a matter of months, it seems that Beijing is going to insert national security legislation into Hong Kong's mini-constitution without any legislative oversight. And this could mean big consequences for freedom of speech, freedom of the press, and Democrats here have said that this is the death of Hong Kong and the start of one country, one system. So for many protesters here, and it is quite tough to see who's a protester and who is not, because we are still under COVID-19 restrictions with people wearing face masks, they believe that this is the last chance for Hong Kong.
And do you think in the coming days, the coming weeks, those protests that you're describing behind you will gather momentum?
Yes, it seems today is a starting gun. We're seeing hundreds of police, hundreds of protesters facing each other here in Causeway Bay. But the next flashpoint is Wednesday, when the national anthem law goes to the legislature. We may see people amassed there. And then we're coming up to the anniversary of the Tiananmen massacre on June 4th and the pro-democracy annual march on July 1st. So a lot of flashpoints coming up, and we're surely going to be seeing some more protests and potential unrest in the autonomous city.
All right, Tom, good to talk to you. Thank you very much for being with us. Tom Grundy there. And I think we can just show you the scene live now in Hong Kong. The riot police there, as you can see, with their shields and helmets and batons in Hong Kong. And those protests that Tom Grundy was just describing continuing all over this new Hong Kong security law that the Chinese government have insisted must be imposed without delay. And almost 200 senior politicians from around the world backing a joint statement that has criticised China's plans for that security law. They are urging governments to make clear that any infringement of Hong Kong's autonomy won't be tolerated, but the Chinese authorities in Beijing do seem intent on imposing that highly controversial new security law in Hong Kong. And the protests, as Tom Grundy was just saying there, definitely continuing today and likely to gather momentum in the coming days.